So this is the project I get asked about the most, and it's the least impressive to look at. But it's a folder of text files, and it's this folder is the reason everything else you've seen in these videos works. Here's the problem it solves. Every AI tool has amnesia, basically. So you have a brilliant session, and then you close the window, and it's forgotten everything. So your rules, your decisions, your vocabulary, all of your reasoning, and your business. And the next session you start, then you start from zero, from scratch. And this is my fix. I call it the collective brain or the octopus brain. And it's 30 plus files in a directory. It's a permanent memory of my company. So it includes strategy, brand voice rules, decisions, and why we made them, our internal vocabulary, our compliance rules, and so on. So it's one source of truth that every AI tool I use can read. And this is the index, the map of everything the business knows. So this is the part that matters because no AI is allowed to write directly to the files or modify them. So when an agent learns something new or wants to change or suggest something, the change queues up here and it gets reviewed before it becomes official. And that's the difference between, you know, memory and actually iterative improvement. So the brain is actually learning as we go. And if I open brain health here, you can see here that every night at 11, an autonomous agent reads the queue, audits the whole brain, applies what's been approved, and writes me this report. So I wake up to a health check of my company's memory. And you can actually see this here. You can see all of these commits. So this isn't a demo. This is literally months of nightly commits. And every change is versioned and it runs every single night. So you can see here 17 hours ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, 5 days ago, so on. So the brain is alive almost and it's healthy. Now, let me show you. Here's what I get from putting in all of this work. Let me just show you. I'll ask a question about a tiny detail of how I work or how we work as a team, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to simply ask a question. This is a fresh session. What's our rule about describing our EduQua status? Because EduQua is an official quality standards management system for the education sector in Switzerland. And while we have a complete dossier and we have our self-auditing tool, we're in the process. So we're not actually claiming that we have EduQua certification, not yet. And the brain needs to know this because the last thing we need is for false claims to start appearing on our blog posts or on our web pages. We need to be very careful. This is a compliance issue as well. Okay, so you can see here the rule is alignment, never certification, and the distinction has to be maintained precisely every time. So the core discipline is that EFO is aligned to EduQua 2021 certification. It's not EduQua certified. So you describe EduQua as aligned or EFO as aligned to EduQua, operating at the EduQua standard, and so on. So this is intelligence basically, and it's the result of building this really detailed um, and highly articulated brain system. So it knows the rule, it knows why we made it, and it knows how to apply it. Nobody briefed it. I simply asked the question. I opened a fresh chat, asked the question, and it read the brain. So every agent you've seen in all of my videos, we have, as I'm recording this, 147 different personas doing different things. Some of them are actually working on automated workflows. Some of them are on standby, ready to do work as required on demand. So the writers for the blog posts, that's all fully automated. The quality standards team, the video producers, they all consult this same identical memory before they do anything. Okay, so AI that compounds instead of forgetting every single day and starting from scratch day after day. Most companies are prompting a little bit more they're trying to focus on the prompt engineering. I think that's the thing of the past already. It's time we start to really embrace this as simple, basic, standard procedure. The real game is building a memory, and it's not just about building a memory so you have a stack of information that continues to grow, because you have a continuous pruning system where we have very clear criteria that this determines whether something is actually added to the brain because it's of value, or it replaces something already in the brain because it's an update, or it's added on top. So it's not just about accumulating data. The brain is not getting fatter and fatter; it's getting smarter and smarter.